Hello, hello, hello. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. We are on the 8th of June, Monday, and we're going to be doing the dragon cards for the week ahead. So the theme this week is about divine guidance. It's about allowing your intuition in so that you can start listening to your intuition. So you probably had something that you wanted to achieve, like you had great expectations. So you probably had great expectations for maybe last week. And then the days just clicked away, ran away with you, the week ran away with you, and you didn't actually get done what you wanted to do. What happening is that the mind gets so full, you've just got so many things to do, and the week runs away with you, and before you know it, you're in overwhelm. Now, when you're so busy, the intuition, the guidance cannot get through to you. So, this is the time when you really need to be understanding that you've got so much wisdom inside you. If you would just trust it, if you would just see the evidence of it, and if you would allow that in. So, when was the last time you manifested something? You were looking for something in the in the human world, in the earth world, and something arrived for you as if by magic. But you followed the intuitive nudges that you got, the golden nuggets, the little path that was laid out for you. You followed it, you did what was asked of you, and something turned around for you, and you manifested something. You allowed the information to come through. That is what this week is all about, allowing the divine guidance to come through. So intuition pops up and you start listening to it and you start seeing it, you start trusting it, you start allowing the evidence to come through and you're like, oh, wow, this is working for me amazingly. I love the way that intuition works for me. So if the week last week did run away with you, and you just got into your mind and the things to do and the thoughts you had, and there was so much to do and so many people to speak to. Did you allow yourself to ask your intuition what it is that would work out better for you? Did you allow yourself to ask the questions? Did you allow yourself to even imagine what could be better than this, like going into the manifesto? When you're manifesting, the beauty is that you can allow the intuitive guidance to come through. I've been speak I've been speaking to quite a few clients just recently, and they are on the brink. They have got something going on and they can't see their way through. There's pending doom. There's no way out. There's like, I've got no idea how this is all going to land for me. So, one situation and another situation, and they don't know how to navigate this. What I'm understanding and what I'm getting from my guides, the dragons, is you can't do this with your head alone. You cannot manage your way through all of this, trying to think your way out of this. You can't think your way out of a paper bag. So, this is when your intuition has to come in. You have to allow divine guidance in to assist you. Because if you're in desperation or if you're in depression or if you're in doubt or hopelessness, that is all of what you're only going to get back. When you decide that you're going to manifest something, that you want to change in the situation, there's a few things that you can do. Empty your head, step out of the way, really pull back and not look at the situation so deeply, be so attached to it. Pull away, empty your head, let wisdom integrate in with your thoughts. Let the wisdom come through. Second thing you can do, be the resonance that matches what it is that you want to attract. So, for example, if it's money, you have to be able to feel how that would affect you, how you would circulate money, how you would respond to it, how you would be in your daily life. How does money affect you? What are you going to spend it on? What is it going to do for you in their life? And third thing, set up your day. You might be putting a video out there and you might decide this video will have the impact and influence the people who absolutely need it. It is going to rock them to their bones. When you have decided and put your intuition out there, asked for intuition rather, and allow that intuition to come through for you, you are then in the form of navigating. You are then in the form of manifesting. You will allow in then the intuition that will then guide you. I help people to articulate what it is that they really want, to master their thoughts, to change the story in their head, to change the energy that you're in so that you can turn things around 180 degrees, so that you start to see the manifestation, you start to see things changing around for you. And I help people to connect with that part of themselves, the soul, the source, everything that is available for them on the inside, so that they can develop deep trust, see the evidence, rewire their mind, and manifest their goals in record time. I see to it that you are going to manifest what it is that you are wanting, the goal that you want, because you're going to be the resonance of it. You're going to match the energy of it. You are going to bring in epiphanies, revelations, intuitive divine guidance for earth situations that you never knew that you could actually do and change the way things were working out. This is the Midas touch. You have got the golden touch because within a certain length of time, you will start to see evidence. You will start to see your life turn around and you will start to trust, I'm the one that's creating this. I'm the one that's manifesting this. You will start to trust your guidance and you will have turned that on. Then you will have and know that you've got the Midas touch. If we did this for 6 months, you would start to see evidence within weeks. You would start to see that you had divine guidance and wisdom coming through to you. And that would be a miracle and practical magic. The cards this week are going to be very, very clear and they're going to show you how you can adapt, how you can change, and you can put things into your life so that you are listening to the intuitive guidance that is already there for you. It is so sad, the dragons think it's so sad that you are not listening to what is already available for you. So if you haven't already, pick a number, 1, 2, 3, or 4, and that message that comes through from these cards will help you this week, actually with an incremental step that will help you to trust the evidence that is coming through for you, trust your intuition, your divine guidance, and so that you will start manifesting your goals because you'll be following your intuition. So right now, choose one of the numbers, 1, 2, 3, or 4, and then listen to the message that comes up for you. All right, so let's tune into card number 1. This week's message is all about your intuition, the evidence that you can trust, divine guidance. Maria Oria Ikria Maria. Maya Orium BIK. Maria Oria Ikria. Ah, Amalia. Whoa. That was a bit too many, so let's just do it again. Divine guidance. What is it? There we go. Best message that can come out. Yes. All right. So, number 7. Number 7, we're on our way to heaven. So, number 7, we're on our way to heaven is Seraphina this week. Seraphina has a message for you. If you chose number 1, this is you are the creator. You are creating all of the time. Your quest for the life you seek, with all the strange and beautiful possibilities, is now to openly receive and understand that you are part of that. Dare you recognize that you created your current reality and what is around you today, and therefore if you created that, you can create something else. I'm just going to teach you how you create that. To see you open up to the knowledge that you are your own creator would be a joy, Seraphina says. That would be a light going on, and that would mean that you are creating all of the time. If you can see the creation that you have created for yourself, by yourself, is truly a beautiful realization of the ultimate responsibility. At the same time, if you can see the evidence of what you have created and know that it is not ideal, then you get to know that you can turn that around 180 degrees from head to toe, from back to front. When you know that this is the evidence that you seek, this is all the proof that you need, all the evidence that you need that you are the creator. Imagine that you are, in 6 months, you are mastering your mind, mastering your energy. You've got evidence coming through of something you put out there that you are actually the creator of that. You've got evidence of it. Like, wouldn't that just change your life around? And this is what the Midas touch is all about. All of the problems that you face, Serafina says, the struggles are nothing more than the thoughts that you had and the energy that you gave them and the intention that you had at some point and where you are putting all of your focus. So I'm going to leave that there for number one, because what we're talking about this week is divine guidance. When you want to manifest something, you will be altering your thoughts, altering your energy, altering what you focus on. Then you will start to get the evidence. If you are already in a situation that you don't like, be concerned that that is where you've had your focus. That is what you've been concentrating on. And so that is what is turning up in your life. If you want to change that around 180 degrees, come and play with me in the Midas touch, and we will change that all around for you. You will start to see evidence very, very, very quickly that you can change things around for yourself. My aim is that you trust your own intuition, that you trust your own soul language, which is your intuition, coming through for you, and you're getting divine guidance. There's an awful lot of wisdom on the inside of you that you have access to. Ooh, that was card number one. Thank you very much, Seraphina, for card number one. We're going to move now rapidly onto card number two. So, there's just so much to be said about divine guidance and how many stories I've had about how divine guidance has come through. So, how divine guidance has come through for me recently, because I want to show you just all the different ways it comes through. So, last week, no, yes, last weekend, I went shopping and I couldn't open the boot. Couldn't open the boot. And I tried and tried and tried, and I got my son to try it. No, try and try it. It wouldn't work. And I was like, oh, there's a message in there. Why won't my boot open? Like, what am I bringing home with me? What rubbish do I need to throw out? Because the only time I use my boot is like when I go and get the groceries or when I throw rubbish away. Anyways, on a phone call with a great friend of mine, and I was like, yeah, there's got to be a message in there somewhere. Can you just help me sort of bring that out? She went into channeling and she said, what was it? Too much junk in the trunk. Boom, it just came through like that. Too much junk in the trunk. I was like, am I taking too much into my home? And she went, in your head, too much junk in the trunk in the head. And I went, oh my word, yes, I've just got too many negative thoughts or too many doom and gloom stories. So that was what that junk in the trunk and the boot locking was all about. Um, doesn't that make you laugh? Like, if the boiler blows up or something goes on, there's always something coming through about, what's going on in your life that is showing you there's intuitive guidance everywhere. There's always stuff going on for you. If the boiler blows up or the boot in your car won't open, like mine last week, or the left, tire is always flat, or what else? I don't know. Oh, gosh, I'm just seeing the bin at the moment. Like there's just bins. Like, you're just like, oh, I get so irritated by the bins or something. Like just notice what could be the message to do with that. What are you saying in your head? What could be the funny? There's always a funny message that comes out. Mine this week was that too much junk in the trunk. Too much junk in the trunk. Like there's too much going on in here. Like you can't let the information come through if you're full, full, full. We have to slow down. We have to get out of our own way. We have to let the wisdom that is already there, your soul, source, your guides, to get through to you. And they can't get through to you. They say it's like a brick wall. They can't get through to you if your head is full. So let's move on to card number two now. Divine guidance this week. Mali ale ori ambaki elia. Ma mali ori ke elia ambali koro boyala. Ea ya ya mayata. Hai mali ala urua. When you get the evidence that you are getting divine guidance, it just makes you roar and laugh, honestly. It is the best thing since sliced bread when you get divine guidance and you realize there's so much information out there. All right, okay. And this is a brilliant, brilliant message that I'm getting here now. It's for you. So, number 9. Tara, Tara the sea green dragon, and I keep saying this because it was so true. She came to me when I was sitting on the beach, with so much wisdom for me. So Tara, sitting on the beach one day, so much wisdom came through from me for me, and she's so wise. Her main role and her card today is that how you change things around 180 degrees. If you've been focusing on something, if you are full of woe is me, doom and gloom, this is not going to work out, how on earth to get out of this situation? How do we change that around 180 degrees? How do we flip it? So Tara's all about flip it. So she says, it's so easy to slip into a numb state and depending on another direction, another for direction or following someone else's lead because they seem to have all the answers to what you need and want. Yet you have all the answers within you. Yet you have all the answers within you. If you would only make a choice to seek them out, seek out that intuition, seek out that divine guidance, be open and able to listen. And then you become the only one that you need to follow and you need to depend on from now on. You become the creator and the manifester. I hope you get this. Yet we, the Dragon Clan, see that there is resistance to that powerful energy of creation. There is simply no benefit from having given all of your power away to someone else. None. Let someone else give you the answers. None. Tell you what to do without even looking for yourself for the best solutions. No power in that at all. It will bring you steadily off course. The love for life and the creative power that emanates from you when you are aligned to the true self as soul has an effect on everyone and everything around you. And this is your true power. If there is resistance to this perspective of being aligned and knowing that yourself, that you are just coming from your head. If you're resisting, it is just coming from your head. Your head is resisting, going, no, I know better. And where you have habitually given over all of your power away. It is just a simple pattern that you've got into for the purpose of your own survival. It has worked for you for a while. Then old ways of not trusting your judgment and breaking down, the spell is being lifted off you so that you can break through and create your own reality. No more listening to other people. And you realize that that power lies in each of you as an individual. So imagine for a moment that you are connected to yourself. You trust yourself. You know where your energy lies. You know what it is that you want. You've integrated your intuition. You're listening. You're setting time aside to listen. You're emptying your head. You're allowing yourself to get all of that in for you. That is the most powerful thing that you can do. So change, it's a whole new perspective, turning things around 180 degrees with a new story. That is your power. Okay, that was card number 2. Card number 2. Okay. Don't know where it went. All right, so now we're going to move on to card number 3. Card number 3 today. In the uh, theme, in the essence of divine guidance, let card number 3 have the best message that is necessary for whoever called it. So we're calling in the people who need these messages. These are the best messages that you can possibly have. I'm calling in the people who actually get it, who need these messages, and this is card number 3. Message for divine guidance. That was number 1. Gosh, when you allow divine guidance to come in, it does make you roar and laugh, honestly. Um, just so many things have happened to me, driving in the car, hearing a voice in my head that says vision source, and I'm roaring and laughing because that those are the name of the business readings that I do. And the fact is that that was the name of my company when I was in the UK. And then here they are bringing bringing me this word back, this name back to me. And I was like, oh, why would I be hearing that? But it was just the perfect thing I needed to realize that I was being able to see into spaces that people couldn't see into. And previously in the UK, my company was miniature cameras, seeing into spaces that people couldn't see into. So, all right, we're moving on to card number three. All right, yeah, this is good. So 55. 55. Okay, come on then. Oy, oy, oy. Let me get to the. Okay, here we go. So, number 55, this is ceremony. Ceremony message for you this week. Create the appropriate feeling of what you seek. Flow from lack to lucrative to luxurious. So, the last card about divine guidance was about changing your situation around 180 degrees, flipping it. So, what ceremony is asking you to do now is create the appropriate feeling. So, I just said to you earlier on, the Midas touch is for 6 months. It's allowing you to sit in that state, to be the resonance of the feeling of something that you want. Now, most of us miss this altogether. If it's to do with money, if it's to do with health, how can you sit in the frequency and the resonance of that? And then when you do that, you will start to see divine guidance coming in, intuition coming through you to like, oh, look over there. This is what you need to be doing. This is the best thing for you. This is the right person. This is the right situation. Here's an opportunity for you. That's when divine guidance comes through. So, but we are being asked to sit in the appropriate feeling of what it is that you seek. So if it's money, we need to get into wealth. If it's health, we need to get into optimum health. We need to feel it. We need to understand it. We need to believe it and feel it in our bodies as we're stepping into that. And this is what we can articulate then. And this is what we're playing with in Midas Touch, so that you can start to see the evidence. When you start sitting in that evidence energy, you are then resonating at that. And then more and more and more of that it has to match you. It has to be a match to your energy. That's the only way that the world works. So, ceremony is saying you've lost your focus and perspective. Stop using all those delay tactics and delusioning yourself that there isn't enough for you. You understand this feeling of lack rather too well. It is the fear of lack that stops you from moving forward with becoming the next bountiful, evolved person as a member of the spiritually evolved, consciously creating population. It is the feeling of lack and the vibration of that energy running through your body that allows you to invite the lack to show up in your daily life. Is something that you need to happen a certain way, or are you being too stubborn to let it go, to look again and look through different eyes and allow your intuition to come through? Sometimes we are so stubborn. It has to be this way. It has to be this car. It has to be, this is how this has to work for me. If that's the way things are working out for you, then it's going to be really, really difficult for anything to get through. If you're stubborn, stubbornly thinking, stubbornly willing something through, it is going to be absolutely impossible for anything other than the stubbornness to take hold. That's where you're focused. No, if you are a stubborn person, that's where you're focused, and that's what's going to be coming through. Let's see if there's anything else in here that's really appropriate for you. Okay, so it's time for you to create an appropriate feeling of there really is enough. Your word for it would be abundance, bounty, opulence, profusion, plenty, wealthy, riches, luxury, lucrative, prosperous, or a fortune. And get into that feeling and seeing the beauty of that. All the gold and the jackpots everywhere you go. It is not meant to be a riddle. It is not meant to be hard. And it is, however, quite different to how you've been thinking and how you've been vibrating. So if that isn't a very, very clear, intuitive message for you, I don't know what is. The fact that you have the ability, the same as anyone else, to change the way you feel, to change the energy that you come from, to start seeing the epiphanies, the revelations when you are then in that energy, that is how divine guidance work. When you are in the energy, things can come for you, opportunities can come for you, and that is the way this works. Ceremony, thank you very much for that. Let's move on to card number 4, message number 4 for this week. Divine guidance, all about your intuition. How can we start trusting the evidence that is already there for us? Male maliki iliorumboyai, haya ka alu. Male kambaila orian bahi ke aya, aya ka undo. Oh, there we go. Got a card. Flicked out of the past. Brilliant. All right, Tara again, number 15. And there we go. Number 15, Tara. The evolution of revolution of mastering your own feelings. So we're talking about this as in terms of the Midas touch. You have got the Midas touch when you decide that is the feeling that I want. That is what I want to live from. That is how I want to feel the world coming through to me. But it is a practice because sometimes it can be really, really hard to change the way you feel about something because you've been so damn stubborn, and that was in the card before. You've been so damn stubborn about how life should work. It needs to work in this way. And you're not allowing then a different perspective or opportunities to come through because you just won't see them because you're being so damn stubborn. There is a temptation to take this shift in evolution and mastering your feelings as tremendously serious. Take care to notice, whatever the situation and find yourself in, be the observer and allow a glimmer of humor woven into each of those situations. Your evolution as a population on the planet at this specific time, that we the dragons are here to assist you with, is to experience the full transition into the next paradigm. And it is a revolution and a shift that is going to say, knowing that you are safe to feel. Becoming a sensitive, knowing, intuitive, consciously aware, a multisensory soul, a human being. It is considered to be a big step. However, how would it be to consider that this is so much more fun than that? And you can see that this is a game that you can play after all. It is a rather fast changing game in your life, by the way. The revolution of allowing your feelings to flow and infiltrate you is an ancient, instinctive knowledge. And you have had a simple and easy access to it. This knowledge is actively being used and has been used by people who are in touch with the land, who communicate with interspecies, with animals and plants, who read the stars and who can predict changes and locate the lost. Tribes people, native clans have innate knowing and sensual life skills that tap into and read energy and into the sensitive vibrations, frequency, transferred images, sounds across all the senses. You have your own sensitivity and it just needs to be activated. And this is in existing, learning, present and accessible to your soul from previous lifetimes, locked away in your soul, ready to be realigned. You as a soul have already done this in previous lifetimes. You've already been a witch, a healer, a herbalist, a nomad, a navigator, and you've used the information. You have that information within your soul. Get back in touch with that via your soul. So that was card number 4. This week has been an absolute pleasure for me just to sort of just see again where intuition is coming in for me, where divine guidance is coming in for me, to be able to empty your head so that the wisdom can come through. So that you can be a resonant match with the energy of what needs to come through. Because I guarantee you, when you are in that energy and a match, the world has to respond to that. And it will show you opportunities all over the place of what would be a better match for you and how you can get into that energy. Set up your day. What is it that you're setting up? This is going to go extremely well for me. The people who need to see this, they will be influenced and they will be affected and they will get this and they will start stepping into using their own divine guidance. That is be setting something up. So I'm here to help people connect in with their inner selves so that they can bring that into their business, they can bring that into their life. You can develop self-trust. You can rewire your mind so that it starts working for you and not against you. And you can manifest your goals in record time. That is what all of this is about. That is being able to manifest and knowing that you have that power within you. I'm wishing you a wonderful week. Thank you very much for being here again. Readings are available, healing is available, anything that you need is available, as well as the Midas touch. That means that you're stepping into the energy, you're being the energy, and you're allowing intuitive guidance to come through for you every single day in your own way. It's a poem.